Hello, hello, hello. How are we all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever the hell you guys are tuning in from. Hope you have all been having a good day. My name is Kanos and I am representing the Universal Trading Edge. Now, we are somewhat the new kids on the block. We're going to be creating content for you guys. We're going to be making videos. We've already published a course, but we will talk about that later. We really want to be trying to give away as much value and as much free content as possible on this YouTube channel. Now, to give you guys a bit of a heads up, I mean, we're not too concerned with being very meticulous with, is that even a word, meticulous? Anyway, very detailed with our planning for these videos. We really just want to go off the cuff, really just talk, and speak our mind and really just outlay the thoughts that we have when we are trading and go over, what we look for. Now, there's a reason for this. This isn't because we're lazy. This isn't because we are just, idiots or whatever like that. The reason we don't want to plan is because we really believe at a fundamental level that everyone learns differently. And when everyone learns differently, it can be very difficult to present the knowledge that you have in a way that is going to reach as many people as possible. So, why is that something that needs to be considered? Well, like I say, we're here to give away content, we're here to give away our knowledge, our understanding that we've developed over the many years that we've been trading, specifically in the Forex markets. Okay, so the reason we want to go off the cuff is that we are going to inevitably talk about the same thing in many different ways. Um, Now, this is important because, like I say, we want as many people as possible to potentially grasp what it is we're saying. So, I might, for example, go over a trade recap. I'm going to go over one today just to give you guys a bit of an insight as to how I'm trading at the moment. Um, and then another day, we might talk about the same things, but we might spin them in a different light. I might talk about it in a slightly different way. And that might be the force necessary for something to click in your mind. Okay. Now, this is our first video, so it's going to be a bit weird, just sort of running over all the all the concepts that we use very quickly. I'm not here in this video to discuss every single concept that we use and give you my edge. That's not really the aim. The aim is to just give you a slight idea as to how I'm looking at the market um, in a very sort of quick way. So let's stop waffling and let's get straight into it. So this is the previous week's close. Today it is a Wednesday the 26th of October. So this is the previous week's close. Okay. Now this is quite a significant candle. Okay. Why was this significant? Because we have engulfed the previous week. Now we've been on quite a bearish run. Or when I say quite, it's pretty clear and obvious. The bearish run has been very strong. This last leg has been very clear. Now we like to say that things happen in threes. 1, 2, 3. We've had 3 legs. We've then had a candle come and close above. This is a very good reason to see a potential reversal. Are we going to come up to here? Are we going to come up to here? Are we going to come up to here? Are we going to even come all the way up to here? Are we going to go up forever? Who the fuck knows? Who cares, right? We're focused on what's happening now. So with that in mind, my sort of context from this alone, my weekly context for the coming week is going to be bullish. Okay, let's make this slightly more enticing color. Let's go yellow. Right, so my context is bullish, right? So now I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute to just play along to the next day. Whoops. Right, let's zoom out here. Now, guys, I only trade at the moment from 1:30 p.m., pretty much New York open, to 3 p.m. You can probably tell by my accent that I'm British. If you couldn't, then there you are. I am British, so this is all in UK time. Okay. So this is my trading times, right? So as you can see, if we go back to the previous week's Friday, there's 1:30 and there's the 3 o'clock close. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shimmy up to 10 p.m. and then we can look at the 4-hour close at 10 p.m. So that's the 6 a.m. close, next candle, 10 a.m. close, right? Now looking at this, we've really had some strong movement to the upside. So this was the low that was created here. Okay, let me just get rid of the magnet real quick. Awesome. So we had this low, we pushed up, we broke these, oh, we broke these highs to some level, and we didn't really break this one. We might have wicked it. That's not really important. Okay, we've come back down, we've retested this low. The buyers have remained in control. We've then tested the high again, pushed down, sort of wicked the high, pulled back down, low has also been protected, and then we've broken bullish. Okay, so if we just think of it in terms of a lot of buying and selling, with people buying, oh, excuse me, buying, we have people selling, selling. We have a rip to the upside with buying. We combine this with our previous week's close, which I believe did close. Yeah, I mean it closed here, right? Somewhere around here. So we're looking, or yeah, anyway, that's where we've closed for the previous week. So we're now looking for a long, potentially. Long is going to be, a long trade is going to be more favorable. Now, we've pulled back. You can see if we line up our fib range, we've pulled back into what I would consider the cheaper half of the leg. Okay, so this is going to be a more discounted price area. It's going to make more sense that price, if it wants to continue bullish, it will do so from somewhere in here. Now we don't know where, but it's worth trying to play opportunities somewhere in this area. Okay, so let's just take this to a light color so it's not too much in the way. I'm not going to drop down to the 15-minute time frame. And what I'm going to do, guys, is just speed ahead to just before 1:30. Okay, because I'm not even looking at the charts until that point. Right, so that's 12:45 close. Sorry, 12:45 open. So 1 o'clock, 1:15, and the next candle is going to present the 1 o'clock. Sorry, the 1:30. So before I hit that, let's look at the landscape. Okay, we're in our cheaper half. Okay, we really should be looking for a long if possible. Okay, now we've printed this low here. We've then pushed up. We've broken a high here. And you could also argue that this is a high here. So look, let's just go into detail with this here, just to give you guys an idea. I'm just going to slap the magnet back on, just so it pings to it much easier. So we've got that high there, and we can consider this a high here. Now, if I go down to the 5-minute, guys, you'll be able to see these potential highs. So once again, you can refine it to this candle here. We've come down, we've pulled up, created this high, continued down. Down, pulled up, created this high, push down, clear low here, high, low. Okay, then what we've done, we've come up, we've broken that high. We've pulled down, we've gone up, we've broken this high. We've also gone and broken this high. So at this point, I'm very much open. It's going back to the 15-minute now. I'm open to the idea of playing along. Now, the question is where from? What I'm just going to do very quickly, guys, is just get rid of this yellow um, box here, just to get rid of the London Times. It's not too relevant for this trade idea. So let's push this one candle forward. Right, and we can see we have pushed down, we've run these lows here. So we've come down to the origin, if you'd like, of this push up. So someone stepped into the market and decided to buy here. And we've broken some structure to the upside from this point. So I would like to take this entire candle as I've drawn out here within this green box. Okay, this is my area of interest where I'm going to be looking for a long. Now, you could say, well, if you're basing it off the higher time frame, if you do catch a long here, where are we going to target? We're going to go up here. Personally, you could, but we're scalping here. I'm not looking to really run anything further than somewhere in this wick where this high was formed. I want to go for the first target and get consistent at taking some money off the table at least at that first high. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to go down to the 5-minute and we're going to see what happens here. So we've got the close. Now, what I can see in here is actually a little bit more of a refined area. Okay, now I quite like this candle, and I like this candle because we have somewhat of a dip. So if you just follow this, if we just zoom in, guys, to this price action here, right? What happens here? We've got a high, a low, a high, a low. And then you can argue within the refinement of this candle, we come up, we create a high, okay? We pull back down, we close, we open. Now, I don't know if this opened without going to the 1-minute. You know, it might have gone up and then gone down. But regardless, we've got this high, we've got this low, we're contained within this high and low. The candle stays contained within this high and low. And it's actually inside this entire candle. So we've got what you can call an inside bar here. Now this is somewhat of a refined area within this origin to just look for a trade. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to the 1-minute. Let's just wait for price. Right. We've moved along a little bit. Let's see if we then come down into this area. Right, we're getting close at this point. Now, you can, if you want, set an entry here. For us, 8-9 pips on AU, when we're really just trying to take 30 pips off the table if we can. It's not going to give us the best risk reward. We don't want to do that. Now, what do we get here? What does this candle tell us here? We have a pin bar here. It's not the cleanest. There's a little bit of wick up here, which we don't like too much. However, it's clean enough. It's got a long enough wick here for us to be interested. Now, why is this candle important? This candle is important. Oh, excuse me, before I had this. Why is this candle important? Why? Because we wick the area of interest and then push up and close. So you can imagine that there is some important, not important, but you can imagine and state that there is some buy orders perhaps resting here. Perhaps someone has gone in and decided that this is an area where it's worth buying. Now look, I know it's only moved up, probably like 2 pips or something, right? Let's just say 2.5 pips. It's not much. However, this is our refined area. We have confidence in this area to look for an opportunity. Let's be confident that this is a nice tight area to potentially get in. Let's just have a little bit of buffer and we can see where to go here. Now, I would go back onto the 15-minute time frame, and personally, I like we've got this sort of low up, starts a down move, and it goes from there. So I like this sort of area within this cluster. I mean, you can have it as high as you want, but that's not really important. I like this area for a target. I think it's safe. I think, that's 43 pips, 43.5 pips. It's more than enough. It's a 1 to 14. So going back in, let's play price forward. Awesome. And we rock it to the upside. This is obviously what you love to see. And if we play price forward, it very, very quickly comes and hits our TP, 1 to 14. It actually creates equal highs here. Okay. So, if you were to target this, and we actually made the mistake of, well, I made the mistake myself personally of doing this, and it literally came, I think, what was it, like 0.5 away, away from the target, reacted away, and I had my stop under this candle, and I closed for a 1 to 12, but really, you could have been looking for a 1 to 14 here. Now, that's the trade idea, guys. It's within the times. It's quite simple and clean. We're really trying to base everything we do off of edges and swing points, whether that be macro or micro timeframes. And that's really what we're doing, or what I'm doing specifically at the moment, within my trading and specifically my scalping. And a 1 to 14 is a very, very nice risk to reward ratio for 2 hours of work. So that is everything for this video. I hope you guys have taken some value, and I'm not really going to comment at this point how much content you can expect from us, but we're looking to do a video a week, something along those lines. And yeah, once again, I hope you've taken some value. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.